Good day, we are the group 2 and we will share with you Camiguin. So here is the table of content. And of course, Camiguin is the second smallest province in the Philippines, known as the island born of fire. Its capital is Mambacoao, which the famous Lanzones is located. Camiguin is also rich in natural wonders and it is located in Region 10, Northern Mindanao. So first, we have the situational analysis stakeholders. We have the local community, which includes the residents, boatmen, tour guides. Second, we have the public sector, which includes Department of Tourism, Provincial Government of Camiguin, Department of Trade and Industry. Third, we have the private sector, which includes hotel industry, food and beverage industry, entrepreneurs. Fourth, we have the academe, which includes Camiguin Polytechnic State College, Dole Integrated Livelihood Program. And fifth, we have the non-government organization. Sixth, we have tourists, both local and foreign. So all of them needs the support from locals, NGOs, government. Now we have the SWOT analysis for the attractions of Camiguin. So it is rich in natural attractions and are actually near each other. The only weakness is that they lack the marketing strategy, and but they have the spots that they go be next attraction of Camiguin. And for the threat, it is prone to natural hazards. For the accessibility, the airports are already improved and became more accessible for tourists. And the only problem here is that it can only cater limited flights. But good thing the government is already planning to expand the airports. But the threat here is that there are tourists who are hesitant to be vaccinated, which they tend to fake their vaccination card to enter hassle-free in Camiguin. And lastly, we have the PESEL. First, the political, where the LGU of Region 10 support IATF on its goal to allow unvaccinated students to have face-to-face classes. On the economic side, Camiguin is on the fourth spot with regards to number of employed persons and employment rate in the year 2020. And for the social, tourists are required to have their health declaration form and the locals with their resident card to travel Camiguin. And for the technological, Camiguin reopened its domestic flights with improved Camiguin Airport. On the legal side, Camiguin's provincial government implements the carrying capacity policy, which limit the number of tourists. And for the environmental, it's still a challenge for them to preserve its environmental factors due to the rapid changes in the surroundings and the climate.
For our Tourism Rapid Assessment Form or TRA, we conducted a data gathering to the province of Camiguin in Region 10, Northern Mindanao. It has 5 municipalities which are Catarman, Gunsiliban, Mahinog, Mambadyao, and Sagay. The wet season in Camiguin starts from March to April and dry season is on January. Most of the municipalities are prone to natural hazards such as earthquake, landslide, volcanic activity, flood, storm surge, tropical cyclone, and tsunami, while the rest is just prone to some. And in terms of availability of landscape, all of the municipalities have mountain, marine sanctuary, and coast. Some municipalities have other type of landscape, but only Catarman have karst landscape. Key natural and cultural heritage value. Gunsiliban and Sagay are the only municipalities that have geological formation. And 4 of the municipalities except Gunsiliban have water bodies, but in terms of ecosystem, only Mambanjao doesn't have any kind of ecosystem. For the presence of endemic flora and fauna, you can only see it in the municipality of Catarman in Mount Hibo-Kibo. Shown are the endemic floras and faunas. For historical, archaeological, cultural site, Camiguin have 5 and some of these are Moro Watchtower in Gunsiliban, Old Church Ruin, and the Sake Cemetery located in Catarman. Some of the art and craft made by the local are the siglas and hand-woven handicraft made out of natural resources. For the food, Camiguin is known for their lanzones, pastel, and keeping. For the tourist arrival as of 2020, Camiguin welcomed 146,802 tourists, 143,648 for domestic, and 3,154 for international arrivals. The top market of Camiguin are USA, Korea, China, Canada, and Mexico. And most of the tourists visit Camiguin during peak season, which is month of October. support infrastructure, Camiguin have airport, 3 seaport which are Balbagon Port, Gunsiliban Port, and Port of Beboni. For the type of transportation, Camiguin offers habal-habal, tricycle, jeepneys, van, bus, both for island hopping, and you can also rent a private car. Institutions supporting tourism. All of the municipalities have visitor information center, academic institution, hospital, ATM and banks, police station, and only the municipalities of Mambajaw and Sagay have a convention center.
Most of the municipalities of Camiguin has access to communication in mobile signals such as Smart and Globe, except the municipality of Catarman. For fixed telephone line, the province has Camiguin Telephone Cooperative and they can also access internet. Majority of the municipality has information and safety signages. Catarman and Sagay has no directional signages in the place, while Ginsilaban has no elderly or PWD friendly facilities. The municipality of Catarman has a complete access on water supply, from stand-alone water points, pipe water from a communal water source, and from a private water source. The following are the private water source of the province. Camiguin Integrated Water System Cooperative or SIWASCO is from Catarman, Municipal Water Works System from Mahinop, Mambajaw Water District from Mambajaw, and Maynilad from Ginsilaban and Sagay. The municipality has effluent sewerage system are Ginsilaban, Mahinog, and Sagay, while the Catarman and Mambajaw has sanitary sewerage system. Camiguin Electric Cooperative Agency is the #1 on-grid power supply of the province. Landfill is the ecological waste management which provides segregation in the province, but the other province like Ginsilaban and Mahinog has also material recovery facilities. The total number of accommodation establishments in the province are 69. Out of 69 establishments, only 54 are accredited by the DOT. Among the municipalities of Mambajaw has a larger number of accommodation facilities. Most of the accommodation establishments in the province are resorts. These are the examples of day-tour and multi-day-tour that tourists may experience upon visiting Camiguin. Most of the municipalities of Camiguin has nature-based tourism and diving and marine sports tourism, but they also have the following: cultural tourism, sun and beach tourism, leisure and entertainment tourism, and health and wellness and retirement tourism. Most of the management that has involvement in the province are people's organization, government-operated, and non-government organizations. But the organization that has involvement in the tourism of the province mostly people's organization. One of that is the Coastal Resource Management Office of Catarman. After gathering informations of each municipality of Camiguin, Catarman, and Ginsilaban are the two provinces has a potential to boost tourism industry.
Tourism impact assessment in terms of its social-cultural issues. So we have is the improvement of airport and other natural and cultural sites which may affect the preserved original beauty by degrading its environment. So we need to focus on the sustainable and environmental project. We also have the Pinacas art, which is endangered and neglected, so we need to support this non-profit organization. And then next is the innovation of the Camiguin Airport, which may lead to more tourists and traffic congestion, so we need to develop roads to attend to the increase of transportation. Next in economic issues is that the arrival of tourists in the island, which may lead to overcrowding, so we need to identify the tourist capacity. Next is the boost of domestic tourists has led to overdependence in tourism. So we also need to develop other industries beside that. Last in economic issues is the Lanzon Festival, which is only celebrated once a year. So we need to develop more tourist activities. In terms of environmental issues, is that the government has taken measures to guarantee that the environment are sustained. And then in the negative part of it, it is still a threat, the tourism to the environment. The strategy to combat with it is to implement rules and regulation by limiting tourist arrival. There is also innovative technology used to coral restoration, but there are still threat for climate change. So the local government should support this environmentalist. The government supports the sustainable tourism industry in the island, but it may still affect the ecological balance because of tourism. So, the government should produce strategies and research in terms of carrying capacity. In risk assessment in terms of natural disasters includes earthquake and tsunamis, which has an overall rating of 6, which is a significant risk. Next is a physical risk from the environment, which is the COVID-19. It has an overall rating of 9, which is a significant risk. Next is an overcrowding, which is exceeding the maximum capacity. It has overall rating of 9, which is a significant risk. Next is the risk assessment in pollution. It has an overall rating of 6. It is a significant risk. And lastly is a loss of cultural identity. It has an overall rating of 3, which is not a significant risk.
For natural disaster, the contingency plan or preparedness seminars for student, response training, proper way of clearing community drainage, setting up early warning devices, and also enhancing technology to improve responses. The action plan are allocation of residence housing, build or rebuild a disaster-resilient infrastructure, evacuation for affected communities, well-established disaster response operations, and also coordinated with the local government, search, rescue, and retrieval, or the SSR operation. One of the risks is pollution, and the contingency plan for this is to thoroughly update our air pollution data and to separate tourism development from the consumption of natural resources. Also, we can install a recycling system in Camiguin. And the action plan are implementing programs that will inform the public about reducing your own exposure, offsetting your carbon footprint, and also to provide programs for tourist awareness for the environment. The contingency plan for overcrowding is to establish a minimum and maximum capacity of destination and to promote lesser famous tourist destination in the area and to educate tourism and to promote sustainable tourism. And the actions are to improve tourism regulations, develop infrastructure, or closing off the destination. Lastly is the loss of cultural identity. The contingency plan for this is to promote and to collaborate with different organizations to celebrate Pinaka's art, and also the Pinaka's art should be taught in the schools of Camiguin. The action plan for this is to get the Pinaka's art remaining artists to pass its practice to their descendants, to conduct exhibitions or competitions, to seek support of people through social media platforms, and to inform national institutions who are concerned about preserving the country's culture.